What's up guys, Jake Lowry here. Today I'm gonna be fishing at an ultra clear lake in Southeast Texas, Lake Tajas. This lake also serves as a water park for the local people here. I don't know if you guys can see way down there, but there's like a beach and a bunch of little stuff in the water. My goal today is to catch a big bass. You know, I've been in Texas for a year. I haven't even caught a bass over like 3 pounds. Last time I was here, I hooked like 3 fish. Nothing were, you know, that big. But I think if I get out here early before anyone else and start fishing early, I'm probably gonna hook something big. It's really just a matter of time. So I got my rod rigged up with a little swim jig right here. I'm actually gonna take that off and put on a big worm. I'm gonna Texas rig the worm and then just drag it on the bottom. I know it's the morning, but I don't think the water's cool enough for the fish to be like hitting anything on top or anything moving bait wise. It's been like 100 degrees every day since, you know, 2 months ago. There's really like a couple thought processes you could take, like fishing in the summer. I know a lot of people will upsize their baits and throw bigger worms. For me, I feel like throwing something that's a little smaller sometimes can be better, especially if the water's clear like this spot, because, you know, the fish aren't too, you know, skittish with smaller stuff, and it's more typical to the size of the worms that they're eating in here. They're not really ever gonna see like a 12-inch worm. So something that's 7 3/4 or whatever the length this worm is typically a better bet. Okay, I got my worm rigged up. I'm gonna get the GoPro strapped in and then start fishing. You know, not a lot of talking today. We're gonna just grind the day out and see if we can catch a big fish. The goal is, you know, anything bigger than 3 pounds. If I can catch a 5-pounder, I'll be so stoked. I really struggle to catch big bass. I don't know what it is. Moving to Texas, I thought I'd catch like 7, 8-pounders consistently, but fishing from the bank is just challenging here. I really think a lot of the big fish are just sitting in the bottom of these lakes. But there are big fish in this spot. There has to be if they're small fish. So hopefully we can get one to bite early. Okay, I'm gonna start over here by this laydown. Last time I was here, there was a fish shitting under it. I think it was a big fish. I'm gonna focus today on getting my bait out into deeper water and then just covering water. So I'm not gonna focus like on any type of structure or anything along those lines. All right, I'm gonna make my first cast into the top of that log, let it sink all the way to the bottom, and then I'm just gonna, you know, slowly jig. Okay, it looks like there's a bass kind of cruising the bank right here. Man, if these fish are up that shallow, that could be a really good sign on the day. There he is. What's he doing? He's not spooky at all. Let's see if we can get him. Okay. An important, you know, focus area today is going to be patience. I really have to focus on just grinding out today. You know, it's just a matter of getting my worm right in front of a big bass. If that happens, I feel confident we're gonna hook something. So I saw that bass cruising along the bank. I'm gonna give it a cast along the bank, see if maybe there's something up shallow. There he is. Fish. Stay down. Let's go. First fish of the day on the Googan Squad worm. Not the size we're after, but he is a freaking nice one. He fought pretty hard too. He felt like a big fish. That's a good sign, guys. It's still early in the morning and we're hooking bass. Let's go. All right, let's release him. There he goes. Let's go. First fish of the day. Let's see. Stoked on that. All right, let's check the durability of these baits. Ooh, Googan Squad, not very durable. I'm actually gonna take this one off. But you can see it's got a tear right there and then a tear right there on one fish. So I'm gonna grab another bait and then get the line back out there. Okay, let's get the bait back out in the water. I'm gonna throw in the same spot again. You know, it's kind of weird, this like way of fishing in Texas, because back from where I'm from in Maryland, like I would never use a ribbon-tail worm to catch bass. They would just never work. It's just a strange thing that when you come to Texas, the strategies like become totally different. Another thing is like, I can't buy a hit on a chatterbait here, but that's like all I would throw in Maryland. I would just catch, you know, 5 bass a day on a chatterbait. Just food for thought, like, you know, different states are different. And the idea that like one state is better than the other, you know, can kind of be not disproven, but like certain states are better for certain things and certain regions are better for certain things. Like if you like to bank fish, I don't know if Texas is necessarily the place for you. Probably have better bank fishing access in a state like Florida. Okay, big bass right here, big bass right here. I'm gonna drop my bait. No, fucking ripped it right out of his mouth. Look at that, guys. He fucking took my whole worm. Maybe he'll come back. That was a big fish too. Man, if you get that bait in front of them in a spot there, in a spot that they want it, they're gonna eat it, man. Again, not too confident in the Mondo worm, you know, Junior's durability, to be quite frank. It's 2 hits and 2 baits, you know. That bass is freaking gone. Okay, here's a laydown right here that kind of shoots straight out, the whole thing submerged. See if we can get a good cast right on it. Perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna drag my worm right along this log. Oh, big bass, big bass. There he is. No! Oh, there was a big bass right there. Okay, I have to re-rig. That was the biggest bass I've seen. I was not expecting that big a bass to be sitting right there. All right, well, I might be an idiot because I have no more bullet weights. This is my last one. I'm gonna have to change tactics if I lose this. Okay, this is where I saw the big bass. Okay, I'm gonna go out to where it's more open. See if there's something off this like little point here. I think it's pretty shallow over here. Looks like someone lost their shoes. Interesting, those are Birkenstocks too. Those are nice shoes. Okay, I'm gonna go up to this dock. I'm gonna fish up to there and then turn around and then make my way back to the dammy area. Hopefully it'll be a little deeper. So I'm gonna cast straight out at the corner at this dock before I walk on the dock. It's important to cast all the way around the dock before you walk on it, especially these floating docks, because they will spook the fish as soon as you walk on it, because they do bounce in the water. So try and get as many casts as close as you can to the dock. It's good structure for these bass in the summer. Okay, now I'm gonna cast right along the side. Let it sink down to the bottom. Position my body. There he is. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Fish number 2 of the day. This one's a little bit bigger than the last one, but he freaking choked it. Nice. See what I mean, guys? You always got to cast around the docks, you know, before you step on them, because if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have caught this guy, and yeah, I would have spooked everything around it. So what I'm going to do here is to release him a little far away from the dock and then throw back in there and see if there's another one sitting under there. Okay, there's another bass right there. Okay, looks like someone left their rod here. I'm gonna see if maybe their bait is better than mine. Haha. see here. Okay, first cast with the found fishing rod. Nice. If I hook something on this freaking found fishing rod, that's gonna be sick. Grass. All right, I don't think it's gonna happen with that rod. Back on my rod. Okay, I'm gonna make my way back to my car and then fish towards the south from my car. I have like a similar amount of bank to fish in that direction. I'm also gonna stop at the spots that I saw big fish at earlier. No! All right, guys, I wasn't fucking recording because I'm an idiot, but I just hooked this freaking nice bass, biggest bass of the day so far. He was right along this log, and I cast it out, and as soon as it hit the freaking bottom, he freaking swamped it. I saw him swim up and chase my baits a couple times, kept casting, and then he finally hit it. So, third fish of the day, freaking nice bass. He's ornery too. Let's go, boys, let's go. All right, I'm pretty stoked on that fish catch. This is by far the best start to a fishing day I've had in a very long time. I'm gonna keep grinding, keep my baits in the water, and you know, hopefully we can start to upsize. Sorry that I wasn't recording for that. That was pretty stupid on my part. I'm sorry for myself, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the lay down where I started, throw another cast. There he is. Let's go. Woo! Let's go, boys. Freaking fourth fish of the day. They're all kind of the same size, but man, finally feels good to get some fucking numbers on the bass. Freaking nice fish trying to bite me. They're all nice and aggro. Give them a release. Cast it back out there. I'm honestly surprised that I caught a fourth fish right there. Pull this one out. I got 2 more worms left, and I'm gonna have to switch the bait that I'm using. But that's only if I, you know, catch another bass, which could happen. You never know. Fucking ants, always fucking ants in Texas. Got my freaking worm rigged up. Let's cast out again. Yep, fish on. Another fish. Okay, guys, I don't know what's happening today, but it is freaking crazy. Fish number 5. Let's go. Gave him a nice release. Okay, I'm back at my car. That was like the craziest morning of fishing I've ever had. I'm gonna keep fishing at the spot, of course, because the bite really hasn't stopped. Had 5 fish caught, and then probably 8 to 10 hits. So all I'm doing is just dragging and popping the worm off the bottom, and then they're freaking slamming it. So hopefully I can get something that's a little bigger than the fish I have been catching. Seems to be like a pattern developing with the size of the fish I'm catching. It seems like they're all about cookie cutter size, but I know eventually there's going to be some bigger fish that are willing to bite. Seems like the fishing's been getting better as the sun's hitting the water. I think the deal with that is they can actually see the baits. It's pretty hard for the fish to see the baits when there's no like vibration going on with the worm, and it's just early in the day. So stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna freaking catch a lot more fish today, hopefully. Hopefully, I don't wanna freaking jinx it. But I think I'm gonna hook into a big one too. So stay tuned. Let's keep fishing, boys. Okay, just like I said last time, I'm not gonna walk on the dock until after I cast along the whole sides of it. Okay, Seems to be a good current break right along there. Okay, maybe out further out towards this edge. I saw a fish like on this side. There's like a tire floating out there in the middle of the water, and there's a fish sitting on it last time I was here. Yep. There he is. Fish. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Another nice fish today. I'm gonna give him a cool release. Well, I'm gonna give him a cool release underwater, so let's look at him. All right, I don't know what's going on today, guys, but the fishing is freaking unbelievable. So I'm gonna get back out on the water. That was a pretty cool fish release too, so hopefully I can catch some more bass and we can keep having this freaking amazing day. Perfect cast. Okay, the bait's on the bottom. Bass right there. Didn't want it. All right, I'm gonna go up around this dam and fish it. I think I'll have good odds to hook something. Don't get freaking bit by a snake. Ah, it's muddy and spiders and shit. This is the deepest part of the freaking lake. Okay, big bass, big bass. I see him cruising. Big bass. Okay. He's on it. Yep, there he is. That was so sick. Okay, not as big as I thought, but let's go. That was so sick. Freaking sight fished him. Let's go, boys. Nice fish. Throw him back. I don't know what's going on, but these fish are freaking biting. Yes. Maybe there's another cruiser along this bank. All right, I'm gonna go back to my car and get some water and then re-strategize on this whole fishing thing. Appears like I'm gonna catch a lot of dinks if I keep this rig on. So I should really, you know, change up the rig to see if I can catch something bigger. All right, well, I made it back to my car after that short fishing session. I caught about 8 fish, which is kind of ridiculous for, you know, it only being, you know, 9:45. But my plan for the rest of the day, but I'm gonna switch up the baits here to something a little larger. I don't know what it is yet. I'm gonna look at my box and then pick that out. I'll show you guys once I pick it out. And then hopefully I can catch a bigger fish on that. I'm not sure if there are that many big fish in this lake because I have caught a ton of like cookie cutter size, which typically means that there's just no variety of size. It's just the same type of fish in this lake. If I don't catch anything larger on the bigger bait, I'm gonna go to a different spot where I think I have better odds of catching a fish. Okay, so the larger bait I'm gonna throw is a swim jig. I'm gonna rig it up with a Kitech trailer. And there's your swim jig rigged up with the trailer. All right, I pulled off on the side of the road on my way to the other side of the lake, and it looks like there's this big culvert here. There might be a big bass hiding right below this culvert. Okay, no bites yet. Oh, okay, I see a big bass. I see a bass. Okay, he's cruising. Okay, that's like a 5-pounder. Okay, I need to re-strategize. This isn't it. Let me cast over here because it's super clear. Might be some fish in it. Don't really want the swim jig, but I'm seeing the biggest bass I've seen today so far. So I'm gonna switch the baits. Okay, trench hog going on. That's what this bait's called. I never freaking get the name. Okay, I don't know where that big bass went. There he is. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Let's go. Okay, this isn't the big bass that I saw, but this is a bigger fish than what I've been catching, I think. I don't know. Nice. Okay. The weightless trench hog. Let's go. Nice bass. I'm gonna give him a release and then put the line back in there. There's probably another fish floating around here. All right, I got a weight back on with the trench hog. I'm gonna see if I can summon this big bass off the bottom. Oh. Now that I spooked that spot, let's go to the other side of the lake and see if we can catch something over there. All right, I made it to the other side of the lake. I'm gonna fish here for, you know, the whole length of this bank and then probably either find another spot or call it a day, depending on how long it takes me. But man, the fishing has been unreal here. Cast it right into a snag, huh? What the hell? I keep like feeling like I have a bite, but it's really just the grass on the bottom. It's like real strong grass. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty interesting. Who knows? Maybe there's some fish sitting in it. Okay, maybe there's something along this fence line. Looks like might be decent structure. Why have a fence if you're gonna put a big hole in it? I don't understand that. Okay, let's see if we can get in any closer to the fence. Bass in the swimming area? All right, last cast in between the fence for good luck. Uh-oh. Okay, so maybe there's a giant in the swimming area. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up the day of fishing here. I caught like 10 fish. It's getting real hot now and the fishing kind of shut down. Today we got them on the freaking worm. We got them on the trench hog. They weren't really hitting the moving baits. My goal was to catch a big fish. I didn't really get that done. I think the biggest fish I caught was like maybe 2 pounds. So, you know, hopefully next time I'll catch a bigger fish. I don't know if I'm gonna come back here for a little bit. Little caveat though, I think this is a great spot to possibly catch a fish on a fly rod. I'm actually a pretty avid fly fisherman. I just haven't done it since I moved to Texas. So if this video gets like, I don't know, if this video gets 100 likes, I'll come back here and fly fish the whole bank and we'll probably catch more fish than I did today. So make sure you like the video if you did like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. But thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna keep grinding this fishing thing. Next weekend, I'm gonna try and catch a giant.